welcome to the Mind, Money and Body podcast. This is Vikram Jethwani recording this podcast for you from Kuwait, a beautiful country in the Gulf. As you know, this podcast talks about the holistic success that covers your financial, mental, and physical well-being. In this episode, we have Ira Bowman with us. Ira is the founder of Project Help You Grow. Ira, welcome to the show.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invitation. I look forward to talking to you and your guests.
It's such a pleasure. Ira, would you like to tell us a little bit about your project and how you started this project? What's the idea and how it's going to make a difference?
Yeah, for sure. So back in 2018, I had a relatively small LinkedIn following, and I wanted to grow. So I thought about a project. How can I help grow and build my network while I help others? And I was averaging about 100 people per year growth. So I said, would it be cool if I found a way to accelerate that growth rate and do a year's worth of growth, experience a year's worth of growth in like a couple of weeks? I thought, sure, it would be cool. But I didn't know anybody else like to invite, right? And I didn't want to get in LinkedIn jail. I didn't want to get kicked out of my account by inviting just strangers. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a post and I'm going to invite 99 other people to join me for this project. And I called it Project Help You Grow. And the idea was everybody who joined would connect with everybody else. So you'd have 100 people and everybody would gain 100 connections, basically. That was the idea. Well, when I made the post itself, it went crazy. It was my first viral post. And I gained in the first day 400 followers. So new connections. And I thought, well, obviously this is a pretty popular idea. So I created a group, and the group page became Project Help You Grow the group. Well, people would join, and I've got like 4,000 people in the group still. But as they came in, over half the people, the response was, hey, this is a great idea, but you know what I really need, Ira? I need help finding a job. And so at that point, the focus of the group and the project changed to help job seekers connect to recruiters and employers and those that have jobs to fill around the world. So people from Kuwait or people from Saudi Arabia or people from Dubai, they'll reach out to me and they go, hey, that's an awesome thing, but is it just for the United States? I'm like, no, from the very beginning, it's always been global. And that's kind of what makes me unique. Like, I don't care if the people are in India or Africa or Australia or China or Russia or whatever. If you go on my website, it's free help for the whole world. There are job listings for everybody. I write posts on everything, including things like how to get a practical pathway to get your visa, how to find a job in a foreign country, what should freshers do if they're just out of school and looking for work. And, you know, there's all these different challenges that people have, and different parts of the world do have different challenges. The ATS seems to be a challenge for everybody. And of course, right now, we're all locked in self-isolation. So, you know, there's no face-to-face meeting. So even just doing stuff like this, remote broadcast, you know, how to interview in a way that, you know, isn't embarrassing. You might, you know, have background challenges like I do, or you might not be used to being on camera. So how to do all those things. Anyways, the project helps with all of that.
That's great. I think that's a great initiative. And it's, of course, you know, adding a lot of value to people across the world.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
the goal for sure.
Yeah. So given the current environment, you know, unlike Corona is there and people are sitting at home and things are changing very fast, the future of work looks very different now. What is your opinion, how people can navigate the situation, and people who are not used to work from home and people who were not working very heavily online, how they can navigate the challenges and what they should be doing so that they are in sync with the reality, you know, and they are comfortable working in this online world. What is your advice for those?
Well, hopefully people have already kind of got the technical challenges. They've gotten a handle of it. Obviously, you know, if you didn't have a webcam, if you had internet issues, if your lighting was bad, all those things, you should have addressed those already. And so my answer to this question has changed with the passing of each week, because with each week there should be a progression. You should be getting better each and every week. So here's my advice to people right now. You should be past the this is a vacation stage. You should be past the this is a temporary thing. I think if you're familiar with the expression paradigm, the way things used to be are no more. And then the normal that we're going to walk into when this is done is going to look different than the normal was pre-COVID-19. Okay. So what do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. Almost every company has adapted their practices, their standard operating procedures for the world that we're in right now. They've digitized where they hadn't. They've increased, the use of Microsoft Teams and Zoom meetings and all these different things. Inventories have been digitized. The process for selling and meeting with clients, the expectation across the board. I think a couple things are going to be different. First of all, if you do not have a job right now, I strongly suggest you don't wait until COVID-19 is quote unquote over to start finding a job. You should be finding a job now. If you don't know where to go to get that help, you can start with ProjectHelpYouGrow.com. Why? Because it's 100% free. You don't even have to sign up for an account to use it. So find tools that you can use, resources that you can tap into that don't cost you any money. Most people right now are living on less than what they were living on before. And I don't think that's permanent. I think that the economy will spring back. So if you're worried about that, I don't think you need to be. But here's why I say don't wait. Because I'm not sure that COVID-19 is going to go away like everybody seems to think it is. It's not going to be May 1st and all of a sudden we're going to walk outside and everything's fine. Because from what I can tell, it looks like there's going to continue to be a recession or a receding of the virus and the effects until flu season comes back. And then it's going to have a resurgence. It's coming back is basically what all the experts are trying to tell us. So what we have adopted to now, we might have to revert to again. We might have to come back to this isolation stuff. So be careful. But also businesses, they spend a lot of money on physical buildings, right? People waste a lot of time on commute, going from home to work. And there's a quality of life that, for me, example, I start at 8 a.m. in the morning. I finish my day at 5 p.m. in the evening. But typically, what do? I get in my car at 6 a.m. to drive to work. And then I get home at 6:30, 7 o'clock from the commute traffic. Well, I don't have to do that right now. I could start at, 8 o'clock. It's a 30-second commute from my bedroom to my office that I'm in right now. You know what I mean? And when I'm done at 5:01, I could walk outside and we can have dinner. And I've got so I've gained 4 hours every Monday through Friday of my life back. That's going to be a hard thing for me to give up.
That's
right.
True. Yeah.
So I think there's going to be two things. There's going to be, businesses are going to go, why should I spend overhead dollars, administrative dollars that I don't need to spend if I can have my staff work remotely? And even if it's not every day, even if it's, you come into the office 2 days a week and work remotely 3 days, there's going to be more of that going on. And there's also going to be this, hey, the employee prefers to work from home now. They weren't set up to do it before. COVID-19 kind of forced them to get set up, and now they are. So now they're going to try to incorporate that more. And then the third thing, of course, is the governmental standards of restrictive congregating, if you can follow me, right? The social distancing that we're all doing now may not be voluntary, is what I'm trying to tell you. They might put in new rules and regulations to try to keep us from getting this sickness or other sicknesses like it in the future. So hopefully that wasn't too long-winded, but I think three different types of changes: the personal change, the business change, and the government change. The paradigm's shifted, folks. It's not going back to the way it was.
Yeah, I think you're right. Any particular recommendations for any online tools?
Yeah, so I use Zoom. That's the number one video conferencing system that I use. The reason why I like it so much, if you're not, hosting meetings on a regular basis, you can have one-on-one conversations with people for free for basically as long as you want. And you can record it, which is great. You can download it. You can then load those onto YouTube if you want. But you can also host multi-person meetings. You just need to keep them to a half an hour. If you get to 40 minutes, the free plan will cut you off. But you can do business on Zoom for free. Of course, Project Help You Grow is a free resource, of course. Kirsty Bonner is my friend. She's she's just launched her website, and she's going to have a lot of free tools on there too. That's again for job seekers, for building pretty pictures. So if you need backdrops, if you need photo covers and things like that, I use Canva, which is Canva. It's kind of like a Photoshop Lite, if you will. Love that program. If you're looking for SEO tools to figure out, I go to SEM Rush. I have all kinds of tools. If you're interested in my favorites, you go to ProjectHelpYouGrow.com's partner tab. I have them listed out there. So, you can check them out. And almost everything that I list is a free resource. I understand that most people around the world don't have extra money. So I always try to provide solutions where they don't have to spend any money. So those are some tools.
That's great. These are amazing tips. I think a lot of people are going to use these resources. So thank you so much, Ira. And I look forward to speaking with you again, because you have been giving us a lot of useful insights. And we will talk again, and we'll talk about the future of work. Maybe after some time, we will see that how things are changing. And we'll speak soon. So thank you so much for joining the show, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Thank you so much.
Hey, it's been my pleasure. Thank you very much. Good luck on your show. And if you guys have any questions, you want to reach out to me, find me. I'm pretty much on every social media platform. Happy to connect with anybody.
Thank you so much. Sure.
Thank you.